Hey everyone, Mike back here from the National Weather Service office here in Wakefield, Virginia, and we are here with the Weather You Want to Know series. And this is some winter weather topics that we've selected to discuss in some greater depth with you. And the first talk here we're going to have is on the national outlook and us. So the National Winter Temperature Outlook, brought to us from our colleagues at the Climate Prediction Center, call for above normal temperatures across the mid-Atlantic region, specifically here in Virginia and Maryland, a 40 to 50% chance of above normal temperatures, and in North Carolina, southeastern portions of our area into northeast North Carolina, 50 to 60% chance of above normal temperatures, which actually talks about a likely above normal for the season. This is for the entire winter season. Below normal precipitation that is likely through the entire winter across much of our forecast area. And the reason for this series is we're going to talk about why that is and what goes into that calculation. First, we can't discuss a temperature and precipitation outlook for the winter weather season without getting into ENSO, or El Nino Southern Oscillation. The ENSO is a periodic change in sea surface temperatures right along the equator in the Pacific Ocean, which has large-scale implications with respect to weather patterns even into our region. There are three phases of ENSO. There is El Nino, which is above normal sea surface temperatures in this area. La Nina, which you see here pictured in the top picture here, is below normal sea surface temperatures across this portion of the area. Or neutral, otherwise known as La Nada, where you'd have neither above nor below in any statistically significant way, so less than a half degree in either direction. So the intensity of El Nino and La Nina are typically going to peak during the winter months, which is why it comes into play so often with our winter weather forecasts. For the upcoming winter weather season, 2022 into 2023, we are looking for a La Nina to continue through that season, and it's going to be the third consecutive La Nina winter. So what does that mean for us? Well, our polar jet stream, which is our northern stream of the jet, is going to remain, for the most part, north and west of the local area. What that correlates to is warmer than normal temperatures on average and below normal precipitation. As far as temperature variability, in La Nina years, there is a high subseasonal variability in temperatures in La Nina winters. And what that means is, as you look at strong, moderate, and weak La Nina seasons, and that is to say higher anomalies with respect to well below normal temperatures and sea surface temperatures versus moderate and weak, you notice that there is a lot of variability here. That is to say, there is day to day, week to week, month to month, there is a lot of variability with respect to temperature. For the upcoming winter season, we are looking for weak to moderate La Nina conditions to prevail throughout the winter season, with a turn towards more neutral conditions as we head on into spring of 2023. Now, looking at departures from average winter temperatures, La Nina itself really doesn't provide a strong signal with regards to warmer or cooler winters for us. Rather, we look at variations in teleconnections. And teleconnections is going to be a common theme that you're going to be seeing across this series, where we get into the Arctic Oscillation, the North Atlantic Oscillation, stratospheric warming events, things of that nature that are more directly correlatable to temperatures. They have a stronger impact, basically, in weekly or monthly temperature trends. But the downside is these are not really predictable at that seasonal scale and aren't going to be part of the outlook that we've gone through already. So we're going to look at these in more detail across this series. As far as the winter itself, the outlook conclusion, we are looking once again for a third winter in a row of La Nina conditions to prevail, not only across our area, but across North America. This tends to lead locally to warmer than average temperatures and below normal precipitation in the Mid-Atlantic region, which obviously does match the official Climate Prediction Center forecast. Overall, one of the calling cards of a La Nina winter is high temperature variability. So when we say warmer than average, that doesn't mean that it won't be cold. You will have days where we are below normal, even temperature-wise. But when you put it all together, as we'll see in future episodes of this series, you are going to have more likely than not a warmer than average winter as a 3-month piece. Some previous La Ninas, 2010 to 11, 2011, 2012, the last 2 winters of 2020 to 2021, and of course last winter of 2021 to 2022. We do look at more in the way of teleconnections to get more into the day-to-day and week-to-week look at our forecasts. The downside for this outlook is that it's less reliable to forecasts beyond that week-to-week or even monthly time range. So we look more into teleconnections in our next episode, and you'll hear it as a very common theme as we get into across this series and looking into how to look into teleconnections and how to get more information from that in the very short term when you're looking at weather data. So we thank you for your time for this first part of our series. We're going to be moving into local climatology and teleconnections in the next part of our series. For all the information that you see here, go ahead and check the notes below, and we're going to have these linked for you as well. So thanks for joining us in the first part of our series. We're going to get going with local climatology and teleconnections in the next part of our series. Thanks for joining us.